When I was 8 years old, I watched Perry Mason. I watched that show every day. It was on at 5 o'clock, and I would have to sit in front of the TV and say, I want to be a lawyer. I had no idea what lawyers did.
Dennis may not have known much about the law while he was growing up in Massachusetts, but he definitely knew his way around the track. His team record for the fastest U.S. high school indoor mile lasted almost 20 years. College brought Dennis first to the University of Southern California, where he obtained both his bachelor's and master's degrees in economics, then to USD, where he received a scholarship to law school.
You know, I still remember the first day like it was yesterday. You know, all these sort of terrified kids showing up to school, and you start to meet some people and create lifelong friends.
Dennis started his career as a summer associate at Loose Forward Hamilton & Scripps, the oldest law firm in San Diego and one of the oldest in California. He's never left.
Well, my impressions of Dennis when he first started as a summer associate is that he was bright. He already had an LLM, but he was pretty wild. He had a real good time that summer.
22 years later, Dennis is partner in charge of Loose Forward's Carmel Valley Del Mar office and is recognized as an accomplished attorney in securities, corporate finance, and mergers and acquisitions.
Dennis has just been an extraordinary person who has really done every job in the firm. He's been on the executive committee, he's been the head of the business practice group.
I've only had one job my whole life, and it's been at Loose Forward. It's a great group of partners, great group of lawyers and staff.
Outside the office, Dennis has been a devoted father to Lauren, Chanel, and Lucas. Sports are very much a part of the family tradition.
I think I've coached over 20 youth sports teams, soccer, softball, baseball. It's kind of nice to have a little bit of a role in a young person's life.
In addition to being an active dad and a successful attorney, Dennis places high value on community service and is generous with his time.
He believes in giving back to the community. He exemplifies the YMCA's core fundamental character values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Dennis is really, he sets the example for other leaders.
Dennis will be taking a leadership role once again as incoming chairman of the board for the Paul Ecke YMCA. Dennis continues to be actively involved with the University of San Diego School of Law. He's a member of the law school's Board of Visitors and is an adjunct professor this year, co-teaching business planning with Professor Hugh Friedman. Dennis is the former president of the Law Alumni Board and served on the law school's endowment campaign committee. Call it payback.
I was fortunate to get scholarships when I was at USD, and I just felt that when I had a little bit of money, I should hopefully give back so other people could enjoy that as well. And so I set the endowment fund up really for the discretion of the dean to sort of help where he can, students or faculty or programs and things like that.
Monitor that very carefully and hope everything works out.
Fellow USD Law School alumnus and 2006 Distinguished Alumni Award recipient Ed Arledge has served as Dennis's mentor for more than 2 decades.
It gives me a feeling of great warmth to see Dennis over there working on the other side, just a few feet away from me. It's been a close relationship. It's like, as I said before, it's like seeing one of your sons grow up.
One of 3 sons, Dennis was raised by parents who taught him compassion and a special way to communicate.
My parents are deaf, and I learned sign language when I was probably around 5 years old. And as it developed over the years, I met different people who happened to be deaf, and if they needed a lawyer, I would help them.
Dennis's ability to relate to clients of all kinds has brought him accolades, including selection as a Southern California super lawyer in 2007.
Dennis exemplifies what the law school and University of San Diego stands for as far as excellence, professionalism, and community involvement and giving back to the community. And I can't think of any person that would be more deserving of an award of this magnitude.
Remembering lessons from his parents and passing them on, that's Dennis Doucette's take on the Golden Rule.
Giving back to the community has been a big part of my life. I think that's the kind of way I was raised, and hopefully I'm trying to raise my kids that way as well. And I think, you know, if everybody gives a little bit back, then I think this community is a lot better.